प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः।
ओम प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः. We have been studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita with Shankar's commentary, and yesterday we studied the first shloka of the 9th chapter. And in the introduction, Shankar told that in the 8th chapter, Bhakti Yoga has been mixed with Nadi Yoga. And then it goes here and there. So it shows about Karma Mukti. One should not doubt that that is the only way. So this 9th chapter has begun. And in the 9th chapter, in the first shloka, he said, Idam tu te guhya, Shri Bhagavan vacha, Idam tu te guhya tamam, pravakshami anasuyave, jnanam vijnana sahitam, yad gyatva mokshase ashubha. So here Arjuna's characteristics has been told anasuyave. He has no jealousy. Guhyatamam pravakshami, that we have found that when he talks of avatar, then he uses this word Guhyatamam. Tu means not the 8th chapter, new thing. Te pravakshami. Jnanam is the knowledge we gather from Shastras or from Guru. Vijnana Sahitam, when it is added with, combined with one's own experience, then it is called Vijnana Sahitam. Now here it has a double implication, that Bhagavan has experienced that and is talking. And it also will result in Arjuna's experience. So, experiential knowledge, which has been experienced and which will be experienced always. That is Vijnana Sahitam. You must say knowledge which is experientiable, that knowledge, which can be, which has been and which can be experienced. From this, of course, we get the implication that the whole Vedanta Shastra is an experiential knowledge, not intellectual or theoretical. Yadnyatva, knowing which, knowing, realizing. Ashubhat moksha se. So Ashubhat means sansarat. Sansar is Ashubha. Transmigratory world is Ashubha. So you will be freed from that. Now, in the second shloka, he tells further characteristics of this knowledge, specially referring to 9th chapter. Continuation of that. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, Pavitram Idam Uttamam, Pratyaksha-vagamam Dharmyam, Susukham Kartum Avyayam. Raja Vidya, this samas is not Rajanam Vidya, but Vidyanam Raja. So, it is not king's knowledge, but the supreme amongst knowledges. Because all other knowledges are really not knowledge about the reality. All other knowledges are of the type of subject knowing the objects. But this is the real knowledge, man knowing his own real nature, the real nature of the world. So that is the king among knowledges. Now, this Raja, we think Raja is king. But original meaning of Rajate is shining. So, other knowledges cannot shine being intellectual. But this knowledge transforms the life of man. And so it is the most shining. So Raja Vidya means Vidya which shines, Vidya which makes personality shine. So he is telling about this knowledge, that this knowledge will change you completely. You will shine and the knowledge also will shine. We can understand that this man has got knowledge. Raja Guhyam. Guhya means normally secret. Real meaning is it lies in the depth of personality of man. It is not a superficial knowledge, it is not available on the surface. One has to dive deep to get this knowledge. So, Guhyanam Raja. And there are many such knowledges, little depth, more depth and all that. So it is the supreme among the secrets, supreme among the knowledge which go deeper. Now, idam uttamam pavitram. Now, pavitra is one thing, holy, pure. But it is uttamam pavitram. Another word is pavanam. That means which purifies other things. Now, uttamam pavitram means it purifies all the purifiers. So, when we do puja, then we sprinkle some sandal paste over flowers that purify the flowers. Then we put flower here and there, so the flower purifies. Now, what is the most purifier in our understanding? Ganges water. It purifies everything. But this knowledge can give purity to the Ganges water also. Now, what is this big talk? It is not a flattery. Because knowledge can, all our evils, good, bad tendencies, will be burnt away by the knowledge. That is why it is the highest among the purifiers. Then, Pratyakshavagaman, that Vijnanam itself, you may say, this knowledge is never a theoretical knowledge. As I teach you, you will experience that. You will directly experience the knowledge and its result. So, whole Vedanta is like that, but especially about 9th chapter is still. Now, all these good qualities are there. And dharmyam. That means some people will think, then it is not punyakarak. If it only gives moksha. No. It is the highest punyam also. It is infested with punya, that is dharmyam. But a special quality of this knowledge of 9th chapter is that susukam kartum. That means generally, at the end you get happiness. He says, no. This knowledge, while you practice itself, will get happiness. So that experience of God, as described in this chapter, you, while doing sadhana or hearing, that itself will give you pleasure. And ultimately, definitely it will give pleasure. Avyayam. That means if it gives pleasure now, may Misery afterwards? No. Avyayam knowledge means the reality which you realize is avyayam. So it is knowledge about that reality which is avyayam, unchanging in its nature, never falls down, that type of knowledge. So Shankar in great detail describes this important thing of the 9th chapter. Tatcha means that knowledge which was proposed in Shloka 1, that knowledge. Raja Vidya, Vidyanam Raja, Dipti Atishayatvat. So Shankar does not say ruler, but very much shining is there. Dipyate hi iyam atishayana Brahma Vidya Sarva Vidyana. Compared to all other Vidyas, this Brahma Vidya atishayana dipyate, very much shines. Tatha Rajagoyam, Guhyanam Raja. So shining among the deeper sciences. Pavitram Shankar explains in detail. Here Pavitram does not mean only Pavitram but Pavanam, purifier. Idam Uttamam. Sarvesham Pavananam Shuddhi Karanam Idam Brahmajnanam Utkrishtatamam. It is the purifier of all those purifiers, this Brahmajnan. So it is the best. How? Aneka Janma Sahasra Sanchitam Api Dharma Dharmadi Samulam Karma Kshanamatra Bhasmi Karoti Yata. For many, many lives, thousands of lives, you have gathered, accumulated punya and pap sanskaras. Samulam karma, with its root. What is the root? Agyan. Of any karma, punya or pap, root is I am the doer. So along with that, kshanamatra, as the knowledge shines, immediately it reduces everything to ash. Ramakrishna has said, if there is darkness in a room thousands of years, if you strike a match, how much time it will take? Immediately it goes. Yata, because it is like that, ata kim tasya pavanatvam vaktavya. So what to talk about his purifying nature when it reduces thousands of years of karma sanskaras into ash immediately? Kimcha pratyaksha avagama pratyakshena sukhade iva avagamo yasya tat pratyaksha avagamam. Here some more epistemological truth is taken for granted, so let us understand that also. Sukha, he says, pratyaksha avagama means like happiness, etc. Avagamo yasya. Its knowledge is like direct, like the pleasure, etc. Now, the Western concept of knowledge or all Indian concepts of knowledge except Vedanta. Sukha, this is subjective. Because you experience, others do not experience, so it is called subjective. But Vedanta tells us, is it not direct? Do you require somebody else to come and tell you that you are happy? So, it is rather more direct than our sensual knowledge. Understand this. Vedantic epistemology about pratyaksha knowledge is very different from all other systems. In all other systems, some vibrations come from outside. There is an object. It sends some rays. Have you seen those rays? Can anybody see those rays? We imagine that rays are coming. Those rays strike our pupil of the eye. We have not seen striking. Then it produces a sensation in our nerves. We have not seen that. Then the mind collects it and presents it to our buddhi. We have not seen that. Then the buddhi reacts. So we have seen only the reaction of the buddhi. We are aware only that our buddhi has reacted. We are not aware of any of these things. So, what we think pratyaksha is not pratyaksha. The Vedantis understand that our mind of a man is made of desh, kal, nimit, space, time and causation. Now this truth about mind was discovered by Kant just in the 18th, 19th century. But he calls it time-space causation. And Indian philosophy calls it desh, kal, nimit. Thousands of years back. Now, Swami Vivekananda believed, according to Western influence through education, that I can achieve a truth by reasoning. And he studied all the Western philosophies. And then he came to Kantian philosophy. And through it he understood that reasoning can never give any semblance of truth. At the most, reasoning can indicate there may be some truth which is called non-dual. Because for reasoning, we require more than one. We require 2, 3 things. We require an example. We require arguments. So it has no scope of going to the absolute reality. Now this thing, through reason, can't prove first time. First time in the modern world. Known to our ancient sages long, long back. They say that everything we know through the mind. Without mind, where is knowledge? And mind, when acts with indriyas, then sthula vastu. Now, mind consists of time-space causation. So as soon as we try to know anything, we project our mind on that, like a web. And whatever is caught in that web, that much only we know. We do not know the real thing. Kant said, let alone God, even the real nature of a particle of dust we can never know. Because the moment we try to know, we project our mind on that. So what is that particle of dust? Really, we do not know. We only know the particle of dust as it appears to us. Then Kant became escapist. Let us not think of that. Let us how to live happily in life. But Swami Vivekananda, when he came to this point, there was such a strong urge in Swamiji to know the truth, the absolute truth. He did not escape like Kant. He thought, because of his sanskar, you may say, he thought that if reason, he was shocked, but that reason cannot give me. He had 100% faith in reason. So he was shocked to know through reason that reason cannot give knowledge of absolute reality. But he thought, if reason cannot give, I will not stop. Is reason the only means left with me? Because of his sanskaras, he was adept in meditation. And he thought, meditation may give me that. And in this state, now little more, let us discuss about it. He was meditating from childhood. But he was not getting that even through meditation. Though he was adept in meditation, he says, thousands of experience, hundreds of experiences I get in meditation. So many devatas I see and what not. But I know that this is not the ultimate truth. Now he had a theory in his mind. So what happened? Agnosticism started coming to him. He never could become an atheist because of his deep sanskaras of God. But can God be known at all? But another point came to his mind. If one man has realized, I will also realize, because I am a man. He started searching for a man who can say, I have realized. Now, normally, these what we call Puranikas, that means those who give discourses and sing about God, and he used to catch any of them and used to ask, have you seen God? They could not reply at all. They avoided him. So his agnosticism was about to grow. He heard that Devendranath Tagore, Ravindranath's father, was living in a houseboat in seclusion, mainly meditating. So he got some hope. And with 2-3 friends, he went to that boat and asked Devendranath, Sir, have you seen God? Devendranath said, my child, your eyes are shining like that of a yogi. You should meditate. That gave him more impetus for meditation, but question remained unsolved. Visualize, I have seen a drama by school children. Then, in his neighbor's house, Surendranath's or Ramchandra's, Shri Ramakrishna came and finding no other singer, they called Naren. And Naren sang. And Shri Ramakrishna was attracted. And he asked him, you come there. And asked those 2 people also to bring him. Anyway, so many things happened in between. His father was looking for a girl. And Narendra was stoutly refusing, I will not marry. People thought, even his father, that girl was little dark in her color. Little dark. But the father of the girl was ready to send Naren to England and get all his Barrett law education and all that. Only Ramchandra, because he had already come to Sri Ramakrishna, understood that Naren's rejection is not based upon the darkness of the girl. He has a religious aspiration, and that is why he does not want to marry. So he said, Naren, why you are wasting your time in going to Brahmo Samaj, etc.? Come with me to Sri Ramakrishna. And one day, in Surendra's carriage, Surendranath and Ramchandra both carried Narendra to Dakshineshwar. There also, some friends of his also were there. And as he met Sri Ramakrishna, he asked him, Sir, have you seen God? I am visualizing that just before that, his state of mind was, if he also says no, what shall I do? And Sri Ramakrishna immediately said, yes, I see him. Now let us discuss this a little. Now it may be imagination, many people may say. So one question, Sri Ramakrishna has replied in 5 sentences. Yes, I have seen him. Not only I have seen him, but I see him. It is not past. Second sentence, I see him as directly as I see you. Now that question comes, that this directness is no directness. Narendra had just understood it and Sri Ramakrishna knew it well. So third sentence, but I see him 1,000 times more clearly and brightly than I see you. 1,000 is a number used for infinite always. So it is much more direct. Aparokshanubhav. Sri Ramakrishna did not use that word, but he said 1,000 times more directly and more brightly than I see. So that possible question vanished in Narendra's mind. Then fourth sentence, but who wants to know? They weep. Sentence means a point. They weep, jar full of tears for the loss of wife or money or children. Who weeps for God? Now, Swami Vivekananda might have wept outside or not, but his internal state was more than that. So he has satisfied that condition also. Because he said, if you weep like that, you will see. Now the most important fifth sentence, which Naren was missing. He had no idea of that. Rather, he was against that by influence of Brahma Samaj and Western education. Sri Ramakrishna said, if you do as I tell you, you will also see. Many of my friends wrongly tell this sentence, I shall show you. Narendra said, if somebody wants to show you, be 100 miles away from him. And Sri Ramakrishna never said that. If you do as I tell you, you will also see. The secret is it requires guidance. Because Naren thought that I will see him through meditation. And he was meditating but not able to see. So if one man has seen, I will also see. So this supreme truth, Naren had no idea of. In Brahma Samaj, they used to say all men are equal. And that is the Western concept also. So he heard from Sri Ramakrishna first time that if you do as I tell you, you will also see. Now, as we say, rest is history, but so many things intervened. And finally, after 4 years of struggle, he could accept Sri Ramakrishna as his Guru. And then he saw. Now, all this as introduction I am telling, because pleasure and pain, now I am telling about Vedantic epistemology. I told about Kant. So what we thought as pratyaksha all these days has been found to be most apratyaksha. The indriyas have intervened, the mind has intervened. So we want a knowledge where there is no intervention of anything because we want to know ourselves. Now, to know an external object, we require mind and indriyas. What is going on in our mind? Can our indriyas reach there? No. That does not mean we do not know. Indriyas are not necessary to reach there. Mind is more internal. So, if something is going on in the mind, how we know? Vedanta tells us that consciousness is one without a second. And we know everything through consciousness. When this consciousness reflects upon the mind, it becomes bipolarized. Now, one pole is I, the other pole is may remain in the mind or may go outside. If it remains in the mind, whatever is going on in the mind, we know directly. So, Vedanta says pleasure, pain, happiness, love, hatred, we know directly. The Westerners say it is subjective. But we know directly. Now, our own real nature, mind cannot reach that. Mind is not necessary to be there. Atman is self-revealing. So when we stop the use of indriyas and mind, automatically that Atman will shine because that is our real nature. That we do not require here. But Shankar says, like pleasure, it is directly known. For that I have to tell all that. So we are happy, we know more directly than we see the wall. Because their indriyas also intervene. Here the intervention is of the mind. And what is going on in the mind we know directly. So in Vedanta, whatever is in the mind is more directly known than we know the outside objects. Because less intervention of the indriyas. That is how we understand this. Because Shankar takes for granted that we know those things. And Bhagavan has said, Susukam kartum. No, pratyaksha-avagamam, that is the word we have said. Pratyaksha-avagamam, kimcha pratyaksha-avagamam, pratyakshena sukhade iva, avagamo yasya tat pratyaksha-avagamam. As pratyakshena, that means pratyaksha as a means of knowledge. By that, there are several means of knowledge. Pratyaksha is a direct means. So, pratyakshena sukhade iva. as we directly know our own happiness, in that very way, yasya avagamo tat pratyaksha avagamam. So this knowledge is pratyaksha avagamam, is sensible. Swamiji in many places has said, if we can use the word sensed, then we should say they sensed that knowledge about the rishis. If we can use the word sensed, then that knowledge was sensed. So this is pratyaksha avagama. Very directly, more directly than the word direct. We know Sukhade. Like that, it is more direct. Here the similarity ends. It is much more direct than Sukhade. But compared to external word, susukam kartum, while practicing it, you now very roughly use the word feel. And we think feel is some dilution of knowledge. You experience. Okay? Tat pratyaksha avagam. Aneka gunavatapi dharma viruddhattam drishtam. Now in this world, something may have many merits and yet it may be against punya. So Shankar says, every doubt has been cleared in this shloka. Tatha atmajnanam dharma virodhi. No. Kintu dharmam dharmad anapetam. Filled with dharma. So it is punyakarak. Filled with punya. Evamapi syat dusampadhyamiti. But such things with so many qualities will be very difficult to obtain. Iti ataha susukam kartum. So he said that while doing also you will have pleasure. How? Yatha ratna viveka vidyanam. You understand this? There are, what you call them, Johari in Hindi we say. One whose business is to examine the precious stones and say this price and that price. That is called Ratna Viveka. Now he handles Ratna, that time itself he gets pleasure. So he says, like Ratna Viveka Vidyanam, the knowledge of discrimination amongst Ratnas, while doing itself he gets happiness. So like that is his knowledge. While practicing itself he will get happiness. Especially to the 9th chapter. Tatra alpayasanam karmanam sukha sampadyanam alpapalatvam dushkaranam cha mahapalatvam drishtam iti. In this world we say that if something is easy to obtain, then it gives very finite result. And those things which are very difficult to obtain only give big results. Idam tu. But this Sukha sampaddatvat falakshayat veti iti praptam, because it is easily obtained, so the result may go away. Like this feeling will come. Avyayam na asya falata dharmavad karmavad vyaya asti iti avyayam. Karma, when we do punya karma with great difficulty, then the result goes away because it is finite. But this is not like that. The important point, knowledge or real knowledge is defined as that which one comes, never goes. That is the definition of real knowledge. Now we are seeing a snake. We are knowing that snake. But when light comes, that goes away. So the world we see, when we realize God, the world goes away. In dream also we have knowledge, but dream makes it goes away. Now, so it is not real knowledge. Now we know nature of God, nature of reality in samadhi. But when it comes, it never goes away. It will change its form a little. In Nirvikalpa Samadhi, it is beyond knower, known, etc. When Vyuthan is there, that very reality appears as the subject and appears as the object, nothing else. So that knowledge once gained never goes away. Avyayam. One more point we may discuss here. In the beginning I said, Thakur did not say, I see, he says, I see. There are people in the world, they will say, my Guru saw this on such and such date. And now what you see? It is a prarabdha. That means many wrong things you may see. This is prarabdha. Shankara said that a man full knowledge does not have prarabdha binding. So that point also you have to think. And all these points have been discussed at length by Swami Sarada birthday today in Great Master. So, avyayam. Now, this will inspire Arjuna and through Arjuna us to go for this knowledge. That is the purpose. The purpose of this shloka is that we should with full being, we should go towards this knowledge, seeing all the qualities in it. But there is one more point, and that is the style of all the gurus. See this picture and see this picture. They always talk about the opposites. That if you do not come to this, great is your fall. If you come to this, greatest is your gain. So third shloka. Ashraddha dana purusha dharmasya asya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu sansara vartmani. He parantapa Arjun, asya dharmasya. No, asya dharmasya is a hint. Because dharma is of two types. We have met it in 6th chapter also. Punyakarak dharma and mokshakarak dharma. And Gita is told, Trigunya Vishya Veda, Nisra Gunya Arjuna. And the 6th chapter, Salpam apasya dharmasya, asya dharmasya, trayate mahato vayat. So Gita, asya dharmasya means mokshakarak dharma. Now, Punyakarak dharma, many people believe. If I do good karma, I will get a good result. That is easy to understand. But this abstract knowledge, mokshakarak dharma, many people do not believe. Gita has said, among thousands one struggles. Because they do not believe. I will tell a funny story. An incident in Haryana, in Jivan, I was asked a question, hypothetical question, that if you take a census, maybe 60, throughout the world, 60-65% people may believe in God. 30-35 do not. If all people believed in God, what will happen? And if nobody believed in God, what will happen? I said the second question is very easy to answer. If nobody believed in God, tomorrow we shall tear and eat each other. But your first question cannot be replied that is insufficient. Many people believe in God. But what have they to do with that God? They believe and keep that God in some almirah. So we can't answer. Example, these days, among the modern people also, many of them believe in God. And simply, God is there. I will give another example. Swami Vivekananda had felt that Thakur wants him to go to America. He was at that time in Trivandrum in Professor Sundaram Iyer's house. So he told this idea to Professor Iyer. He said, I will gather some friends and you give a lecture. I will gather a sabha and you give a lecture of your ideal, why you are going. Swami said, public lecture I cannot give. He was expert in parlor talks. But public lecture I cannot give, Swamiji said. Then Sundaram Iyer was surprised, and you are going to America, in Chicago, and thousands of foreigners hear your lecture, and you say you cannot give public lecture. Swami Vivekananda said, I am not going there by myself. God is making me go. So God will know how to lecture. That was Swamiji's reply. Sundaram Iyer was not satisfied. He said, does God intervene in all our daily activities? Swamiji became angry and said, and still you call yourself a Hindu? So that is God. But Sundaram Iyer was a Hindu, and maybe Hindu or Muslim or Christian. So understood the difference between believing in God and knowing God. And Swamiji has said, if in any country, if 10% or even less people know God, this whole world will become heaven. So, asya dharmasya parantapa ashraddha dana purusha. Many people do not believe in this religion. The experiential religion, the religion which leads to moksha. What happens to them? Aprapya mam, they cannot get me. Not only that, mrityu sansara vartmani nivartante. They come back to this transmigratory world which is filled with death. Death to death, birth to death, death to birth, death is the end of every life. So, don't go that way at all. To us, he is telling through Arjuna, have full faith in what I am telling you. Anasuya way you are. And religion, this dharma is like this. But you should have full faith in that. So here we have to understand one more word, what is Shraddha? Shraddha is not just we believe. Astika buddhi, then astik in India never meant God or not God. Astika means one who believes in the transcendental experience of the rishis. I do not see, but he sees. And not only that, he is telling me the way in which I can see. And if I follow that, I will also see. So let me try. This much is Shraddha. So this Ashraddha Dana. What happens to them? They remain in samsara. They may believe in God, but they remain in samsara. So many people believe in God, they do not get moksha. Shankar says, ye puna, on the other side, Ashraddha Dana, Shraddha Virahita, Atma Jnanasya Dharmasya. Where Shraddha is not there, in the Dharma which is Atma Jnana. This Dharma which is knowing yourself. Asya. No, Ashraddhananda means Swarupe Tatfalecha Nastika. The nature of this religion and the result of this religion, in both there, no faith. That is called Nastika. Then what happens? Shankara has described it at great length because it should be vivid. Papakarina, if they don't believe in this experiential religion, it is very possible or regular that they will do bad things. Good also is bad. Asuranam Upanishadam. Upanishad is secret knowledge. And what is an asura? Man who gives too much importance to Indriyas is called asura. Deha matra atma darshanam eva pratipadna. So they do not have Shraddha in this, means they take body only as their self. Asutrupa, always satisfying the Indriyas, that is their life. Now with this study, if you can examine the world, you will see. Parantapa, aprapya mam parameshwaram. Now, mam means parameshwaram, not a man. Mat prapto na eva ashanka iti. Mat prapti marga sadhana bheda bhakti matram api aprapti. Shankara has emphasized that. They do not get me. This is too much for them. But the upaya for getting me, even Dvaita Bhakti, Veda Bhakti Matram api, na prapti. They do not get even the Dvaiti Bhakti about me. Iti artha. Nivartante, nishena avartante. Avartante means rotate. So nivartante is not coming back. Nivartante is definitely rotate. Nivartante. Where do they rotate? Mrityu sansara vartmani. Mrityu ukta sansaro mrityu sansara. Sansar which is filled with mrityu is called mrityu sansar. Tasya vartma, the road on that. What is that road? Naraka tiryagadi prapti marga. Because they don't believe in God, they may do bad things also. So, Naraka Tiryag Adi. This Naraka is very rarely mentioned in Vedas. Puranic concept it is. But in the Vedas, any yoni, any birth which is lower than a man birth is Naraka. So here both he has said Naraka Tiryag. Tiryag has birds, Tiryag has reptiles, Tiryag has animals in general, or lower than man in general. So in that marga, tasmin eva vartante iti artha. In that only they remain. That is the meaning. Okay? So at great length we have done this second and third shloka. We have discussed epistemology and so many important things in it. Now, the key to the 9th chapter is in shloka 4 and 5. Once we understand that, we'll understand so many things of this 9th chapter. Some people think it is the climactic chapter. Some people think it is the Ananya Bhakti chapter. Some people think that it opens the way to everybody. Some people think it is the best definition of Karma Yoga. So such a 9th chapter depends upon shloka 4 and 5 that we shall have tomorrow. No, tomorrow is Wednesday. So that we shall have on Thursday. Om Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Prapanna parijataya totra vitraikapanaye jnanamudraya krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha.